and you don't want to write a check for 633. You don't want to send it to a lender, right? I do graphics too. In fact, all the graphics are in the book I just gave you. I draw a little rectangle to make it look like a check. I draw a square to make it look like a lender. All right, the graphics are actually important. Now, you know, Danny, there's certain things people know. You're looking at a $49,000 vehicle. You're not paying that. You're paying significantly less, but it's a $49,000 vehicle. Everybody knows this truck's going to depreciate, right?
For sure.
Okay. The good news is trucks are depreciating at a slower rate now than ever before. Okay, save for the COVID years. But it is going to depreciate. Everybody knows that. Here's what everybody doesn't know. When you make a $633 payment for this truck, you think the lender's going to keep it all, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, that's not quite the way it works.
Oh, really?
This is the big secret to car and truck payments. There is a savings element to every payment you make. Now, once you make that 84th payment, what comes back to you in the mail a couple weeks later?
Title.
Title. All right? Only it just says Danny on it. It doesn't say. There's no lien holder. It's called free and clear. Now, the question I've got for you, this is a $49,000 vehicle. 7 years from now, if you drive it like you intend on driving it, you don't do anything special, but you don't crash it, you don't trash it, what do you think this $49,000 vehicle will be worth?
18, 17?
Let's use 17. Okay, let's be conservative. So, 7 years from now, you've got a truck, you've got no payment, and you've got a $17,000 piece of paper because you got a free and clear truck. Open up your phone. Go to the calculator. Divide 17,000 by 84.
$202.
Danny, do you know what that 202 represents?
Tell me, Steve.
Every time you stroke a check for $633, metaphorically speaking, 202 is flowing right back to your title, so your net payment on this truck is $431. I need your okay right there.
I'll take it.
By the way, is that math right?
Yeah, it is.
What's easier to say yes to, 618 or 431?
It's yes to 618.
Well,
431.
431 is easier to say yes to. Now, let me tell you when this will not work. If the customer can't stroke a check for 618, it doesn't work. The customer's gonna look at you and go, F you. I can't stroke a check for 618. But otherwise, it makes it easier for them to say yes. And the last, that's, okay, everything I just did is on page 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, and 7. If you learn what I just showed you, and by the way, is the math complicated? No, you divide the customer thinks the vehicle will be worth at the end of the term by the number of months, and that gives you the amount of money they're saving every single time they stroke a check for that truck. And then you subtract that from the gross payment, and you say, so your net pay, you know, you're gonna pay $618 to own it, you're gonna pay $431 or whatever that number, $431 to drive it. And if the customer can make that payment, it just makes it easier for them to say yes.